First of all, let us be very clear. The CAA as a bill was passed in Parliament in 2019. There was an intervening period of the COVID. The rules could not be notified, and what has really happened is that the rules have been notified and gazetted. That is what has happened. The legislation was passed way back in 2019. Number one. Number two, this is about BJP. Whenever it commits to some things in its manifesto, it has a track record of 100% fulfilling it. CAA was something that it had already said many years ago in its manifesto that it will do, and it has before the elections fulfilled its commitment, which it could not do so in the intervening 2 years because of COVID. It is unfortunate that a bill that has been legislated by Parliament that does not impact anybody today excepting those who are being persecuted for religion in 3 countries of Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. It is unfortunate that that bill is being made political football. It is a humanitarian legislation that deals with those who are being persecuted because of their religion in these 3 countries. Before 2014, they will get a fast track to citizenship. This is a bill that was discussed ad nauseum in Parliament, and that has unfortunately become some, being covered with falsehoods and misinformation just to attract or to mislead a particular community.
The MP from Chandrasekhar is saying that the CAA is against Muslims and the Constitution. Do you think so?
I feel very sad that educated people like this have to resort to lies, to misinformation, simply to mislead some people into believing something that is not true. I appeal to everybody, including those in the Muslim community, please read the bill. This bill does not prejudice anybody, and you should not listen to these people who come during elections with nothing to show but these kind of falsehoods and this kind of fear-mongering. The bill is aimed at 3 countries where there is the Hindus, the Christians, the Sikhs, the Jains and the Buddhists are religious minorities. And if they have fled from those 3 countries, they get an opportunity to treat India as their home and get fast-track citizenship. There is nothing in today's legislation or any legislation that prevents anybody from any country for applying to India for Indian citizenship, which will be dealt with in its normal course. There is no prohibition of anybody from anywhere in the world, from any community, for applying for Indian citizenship. That is an ongoing process and then continues to be an ongoing process. So this kind of desperation, this kind of taking a bill that has been legislated and trying to use falsehoods and misinformation and half-truths simply to score some political points during election is, in my humble opinion, shameful and certainly not worthy of somebody who's educated or at least claims to be educated.
Kerala CM is saying they won't implement CAA in the state.
No, but nobody is asking Kerala CM to implement CAA. Who asked Kerala CM to implement CAA? This is a Government of India legislation. This is a legislation passed by the Parliament of India. Nobody is asking the CM of Kerala to implement it. This is to do with, as I am repeating in slow motion for the benefit of also the Chief Minister, this deals with religious minorities in 3 countries that have been persecuted for their religion. The Hindus, the Sikhs, the Christians, the Buddhists and the Jains. And there is ample evidence that many of them have fled these countries because of religious persecution. This bill enables their citizenship as long as they have reached India before 2014. This is very clear. This has nothing to do with any of the other falsehoods that are being peddled by the combination of the Congress and the CPM. And therefore, I appeal to people not to fall into this trap, to trust Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji that he is absolutely crystal clear that he is only doing this for humanitarian reasons for the religious minorities of these 3 countries.
There are some leaders are saying that CAA is coming to overturn SBI electoral bond case. Do you think so?
Look, when it is clear that the country is going to award a resounding mandate to the Prime Minister for the 3rd time. In 2014, he was elected with an overwhelming mandate. Because of his work for 5 years in 2019, he got an even bigger mandate. In the last 10 years, our Prime Minister has transformed India and made it the 5th largest economy, soon to be the 3rd largest economy. He is going to get an even more decisive mandate in May of 2024. When the people are faced with this inevitable reality, they will resort to all kinds of false mongering, falsehood mongering, lie mongering. This is amongst one of them. The people of India are far more intelligent than the opposition know. And unfortunately, it takes every election result for the opposition parties to realize that the people of India are extremely intelligent and well informed.